Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Hancock County Commissioners to order. Today is June 2nd of 2026. This meeting is being recorded and streamed for public viewing. By participating, you acknowledge that your image, voice, and comments may be captured and made publicly available. This meeting has been properly noticed in accordance with Indiana Code 5-14-1.5. Let the record show that there is a quorum of commissioners present. The commissioners are open for business. We will proceed with the agenda. At this time, I'd invite all the attendants to stand and join the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a motion for the minutes, please?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the 5/19/2026 Commissioners meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the minutes for 5/19 of 2026. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved.
Motion to,
We're going to take a second for recognition.
Permission to recognize someone.
Come right ahead.
Miss Kay Skaggs and Miss Lisa Loftry.
Do you need
Want
me
to come
to?
up here?
I will.
So we heard about your tremendous help in the our elections. So Miss Lisa, we'd like to give you a letter of recognition. So we're going to read off what it says. It says the Hancock County Commissioners, along with County Clerk Lisa Loftgreen, would like to recognize Kay Skaggs for her consistent dedication and willingness to step up and support critical election processes before, during, and after election cycles, especially throughout the recent 2026 primary election. Kay's continually demonstrated exceptional initiative by thoroughly researching issues, confirming details, and helping drive resolutions with professionalism, accuracy, and care. Transition and staffing adjustments, she willingly assumed additional responsibilities to help maintain continuity and ensure daily operations continued smoothly. In addition to her regular duties, Kay played an important role in helping develop clear job responsibility divisions for new hire, while also contributing valuable insight toward training goals and onboarding efforts. Her knowledge, dependability, and team-focused approach proved invaluable during a time when experienced staff members was especially critical. Kay's dedication, adaptability, and commitment to doing what was needed made a meaningful impact on the success of the team and the integrity of the election process. She consistently went above and beyond expectations, and her steadfast service to Hancock County government is truly commendable. While the commissioners help ensure the county clerk and election board have the resources and infrastructure to conduct elections effectively, we're especially grateful for employees like Kay Skaggs, whose hard work, professionalism, and willingness to go the extra mile help make those processes successful. Thank you, Kay, for all you do for Hancock County government. Your efforts are sincerely appreciated. Yeah.
Now I would take a motion to recess our meeting for the Drainage Board.
I make a motion that we recess the Board of Commissioners meeting for the Drainage Board meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor to recess for Drainage Board meeting. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I will call the June Drainage Board meeting to order. I guess approve, I would entertain a motion to approve the May Drainage Board meeting. minutes?
I move to approve the May Drainage Board minutes.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the May Drainage Board minutes. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. Chad, I guess.
I guess.
Good morning. Start with number 3 here. Let's go to the utility crossing. This is Center Point Energy. This is 550 West and Steinmeier Road. As you can see on the screen there, this will be in conjunction with the extension of 550 West, Steinmeier Road from 550 West over to 600. Center Point is going to be working there in the northeast or northwest corner. They will be crossing the Frederick Craft Drain 3 different times. As they go through there, I have confirmation from them in an email that they will be, along with their application, that they will be 4 feet below the regulated drain and also 15 feet laterally from it in all locations. So looking for approval of 3 crossings for the Center Point Energy at Steinmeier Road for the Frederick Craft.
Are they boring?
They're boring, yes. We are starting, which is something was never required, but we are requiring them now to give us a drawing when they're done of actual shots of where their tile is as opposed to.
So we know they didn't hit it?
So we know that they have something on record of where they actually are for where they're at. We try to make it out to most of the crossings when they put them in. Most of them do a good job of giving us a call when they're going to be working. Some don't. So it's one of those things that adds a little bit extra accountability on the back end of what they're doing.
I move we approve the utility crossing at 550 West and Steinmeier Road by CenterPoint Energy with a standard fine, not fine.
Fees.
Fee. Per crossing.
Sometimes it probably appears like a fine,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the utility crossing for Center Point Energy at 550 West and Steinmeier Road with the standard fee. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion passes.
All right, next, let's go to number 4. This was before us last month. They were asked to come back and bring more information once they had it for completed drawings and for some changes that the board would like to see. This is East Logistics, East 70 Logistics, Building 7, the extension of Enterprise Drive, along with the relocation, reconstruction, reduction of easement of the, an arm of the Manford J drain along 700 West, south of 500 North. And they are going to be working in this area here. They have provided a new set of drawings. They have went with the recommendation of the board at the last meeting to increase their proposed easement for a 50-foot easement for the drain as it comes down through there. So we have room to work on it there in their front yard. And it will be a 42-inch drain. It is all on one piece of property owned by GDI Holdings. And they will be doing that at their own expense, tie it back into the existing at the south end of their property.
Is red existing, blue proposed?
Existing blue is proposed, yes.
On, I can't quite make it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have it, you can see the screen there. I've kind of
Yeah,
made it a
Okay.
little bigger there for you on the screen so you can see it a little bit better, but
and we can work in that.
we can work in that easement, yes, sir. Along with the 50-yard setback where they're all kind of in theirs and separated there from the sanitary sewer that runs through there as well, west of us. Anything you want to add? Oh, good, okay.
I think that's what we asked them to do, and they did it.
Yep.
I move we approve the relocation, reduction, and reconstruction of the East 70 Logistics Building as presented.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the relocation and reduction and reconstruction of East 70 Logistics Building, 770 West 500 North. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, let's jump number 5. Let's go to number 6 here. From Verizon, we have a utility crossing request for the Buck Creek Lower. This is along 700 West and at 100 North. In conjunction with the County Highway Department, they will be redoing the bridge on 700 West next year that goes over Buck Creek, just north of 100. But there needs to be some utilities that are moved and changed in that location. So they are going to be on the east side of the ditch. They are going to be 5 feet or 7 feet below the bottom of the ditch as they come through there. They will be boring as they get down to the ditch and then below the.
No issues.
I don't have any issues with it, no.
I move we approve the utility crossing for Verizon at 1047 North and 700 West with the standard county fee.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the utility crossing for Verizon at 1047 North, 700 West, under Buck Creek with the standard fees. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, next one, let's go to number 7, Andrew Weir. This is 50 West. This is actually between 234 and 700 West. I believe the drawing that was supplied in the packet shows it between 6 and 700 West. 6 and 700 North. That's actually between 7 and 800 North. They are this property that is right here, this little watershed. There is, I think their parents own the property to the north of them. Is that correct, Mike? Here.
Hold on a second, Eric.
You're on 50 West between 7 and, so you're on, for number 7.
Number
But
7.
Number 8.
it should be a number 8.
This is 8,
Nope.
isn't it? Or not?
We don't have any drawing, we don't have that you've got right there. We've only got this. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show where it's at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, scroll down to 234 so I can get my bearings. I can't get my
234 is up north. 234 is up here.
Okay.
There's 234. This is 700 North, right here. Fortville Pike is here.
Okay. All right.
So
I was
first
too
road
far
over.
east.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a 6-inch tile that is running through that property presently. Good condition. And they're asking for a variance to tile into that. That tile eventually runs into the Peter Thomas regulated drain. It's over here to the west, which has actually been redone here, I don't know, years ago. Rick Lawrence redid it. 12-inch tile. 10 or 12-inch tile that runs north. So
What does it mean to be uncovered? You haven't looked at it yet, or they're have
the
to?
tile in their field we have, it's a 6-inch. It's in good shape.
On
But
this,
and the main that it runs to is fine.
On your-
I'm the one who will collect for that, so that doesn't have to do with the board.
I think what he's asking is on this drawing, it says to be uncovered
Yes.
on the paperwork. If that's what you asked, what does that mean?
Yeah, does that mean you're going to look at it yet, or?
Yes. Our office will verify wherever they're going to make that connection to make sure the tile is working from that standpoint, correct?
You see no problems?
I don't see any problems. No.
So we're building a new place in that lot and the closest tile is 6-inch
Correct.
to go to the main. Okay.
Yeah.
They are. All right.
Yeah.
I would make a motion to approve the variance to use a 6-inch tile, Andrew Weir, north 50 west, east of Fortville Pike.
With
That-
the standard county fee.
Yeah, with the standard county fee.
Been moved and seconded that we allow the variance to use a 6-inch tile for Andrew Weir at 50 west, east of Fortville Pike. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, well, while we're moving along here pretty quickly, let's go to number 8. This is 9 Star. They are looking to do a utility crossing of the arm of the Wesley Williams, which is the Austin Smith there. It runs on 600 East. It runs back there behind those houses there, right along 600 East, just north of 40. So if you go to 40 here, where our J-turn is going to go. Run those houses all the way to the north to that tree line. That last lot, 9 Star is going to run a line from that house back through there, and they're going to cross that 8-inch tile that runs back.
Boring or?
Yes, they will bore under there.
What are they doing, replacing that power line, that overhead?
I believe that is what they're doing.
I move we approve the utility crossing at 372 north of 600 east for 9 Star and waive the standard county fee.
Second.
Been moved and seconded we approve the utility crossing for 9 Star at 372 north 600 east on the Wesley Williams drain with
Waive the fee.
waive the fees. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, let's jump up to number 2. We have claims from 520 and 63. Some blowholes. We did a work on the Christian Kirkhoff, which was in the Fox Cove subdivision. Did Stansbury Schultz, some work out there. And then also did Thomas Miller and Charles Breyer, some work along Doe Creek, the Coon. I'm going to take some things away. So there's our.
I make a motion to approve claims for 5/20/26 for the amount of $13,405.67 and for 6/3/2026 in the amount of $5,640.31.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the claims for 5/20/26 and 6/3/26 in the amount of $13,405.67 and $5,640.31. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right, and then number 5, last month we brought before you the proposal for the resolution 2026-5-1 for the fees for the drainage board, the regulated drain fees. It has been duly advertised for where it's at, and so now we're bringing it back to you for adoption.
Notice that you sent out.
What's that?
Is there a time on your notice? 8:30 or 8?
Yeah. May not have it on us right now, but it was 2 consecutive Saturdays that we ran it.
I just was wanting to make sure if we advertised it for 8:30, we didn't start, or 9. Just a
Oh, you
public
mean for
comment
the-
For the drainage fees resolution part of it.
For when it was advertised. I think we just advertised it for the 8 o'clock meeting.
Okay, that's fine then. You're fine. Because you need to ask the public if they'd like to
Correct.
comment.
Right. Yeah, I believe it was advertised that it would be at the 8 o'clock meeting.
Then you're good. Sorry, Corey.
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 2026-5-1, resolution designated drainage board fees per Indiana code.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution number 2026-5-1 under what? At the per Indiana code? Is that? Any other discussion?
I have two. And according to what you've looked at, Chad, these fees, they're not prohibitive in any way. They're where we need to be.
Yes, they're actually still a little bit below some of the counties that are around us and things that we're at, so.
And we're not restricted to changing those fees. Like one of the new laws is going to take effect in planning restricts us to every 5 years. Is this one we can go back every year and?
This has, yes, there is no restriction on this.
Do we still have the ability to waive that fee if we decide?
Absolutely. I don't believe we've been included in any of that
No, we haven't.
language yet.
I
We're
just-
under the radar on these
I
fees
just
right now.
wanted to make sure that if we set those fees, and it had to be every 5 years, we took that in.
Those are focused on housing and affordable housing right
Right.
now, so.
Right.
Not on wood,
Okay.
included us yet.
No further discussion, sir.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
That all they need to do with it? Okay.
I had one question, unrelated, if you're done with all your agenda items.
I am done with all of my old business.
Okay, go ahead with your new business.
I don't have any, the only new business I have is the next meeting, as a reminder, will not be the first Tuesday of the month because of a conference and budgets and things. It will be the July 21st. So just everybody understands that that's when the next,
End of July 21st.
July 21st, not July 7th. So it will be July 21st, which was approved by this board a couple months ago. So, yes. So I just wanted to make sure that was
Ooh, I won't be
reminded for
here.
where it was at. What's that?
I won't be here.
I think you mentioned that, I think, last
Yes.
time.
I got a fishing trip.
That's a priority.
All right, Steve, yes.
On your agenda item number 8, you mentioned the turn at 40 and 6 East. Do you have a contact with NDOT? Are they going to mess with the regulated drain when they?
So they
Review, right?
have been talking to my office a little bit about that on the south side and the north side. When they bring official plans in, then yes, they'll get to there. But yes, they are, especially on the south side of 40, on both the east and the west sides. If I bring up the drawing here, maps for you.
Hopefully that'll help that south of 40 on the
Yes,
west side.
so they're really not doing much on this end, just a little bit here for where it's at, but yes, they are going to be doing some work down here on this side, so, and that,
It starts all the way west of that house on the south side.
on the south side.
South side,
The regulated drain that we regulate is the only open part on the south side. So it's just on the east side of the road. There's a culvert that goes underneath the 40. So there's a field tile that comes out here, which we don't regulate, which a lot of people think that's the regulated drain, but it's not. But that comes into that side ditch, and then it connects into that arm of the Wesley Williams there, along with those that run on the backside of those houses. And then we have that part, that little open part that runs in the north side of 40, goes south there through the culvert that they have now, which they will be changing. And then it comes through this open here. And if you've been down 40 here in the last 3 weeks, you know, they're doing utility work and everything through there, with the poles that are existing, things like that. So,
When are they? I believe this
they're looking to
summer.
put a J-turn in there, so.
Yeah.
They'll come down this way and trucks will go this way and then come back, so. You have to make a right.
I just wanted to make sure they were aware that that was a regulated drain.
Yes,
and they were
yes,
going to
yes.
talk
We
to you
had
about it.
very good conversations about it from that standpoint.
so they'll be over the top of it with all those turn lanes and everything, won't they?
So they're not really changing, they're not they're not really going to have asphalt that's going to get out to where the actual drain is that's
Okay.
running down through here. The road's not really changing that much from that standpoint out to those, just the crossing that they're doing and then or that what they're adding and what they're doing, handle it. And then with all the utility contractors that are coming through there, making sure they all understand, which is pretty easy to see with the big, just understanding it's not just a road right away. I mean, a roadside ditch that runs through there. It actually is a over to the main line.
Well, I think I heard.
Supposed to be finished next year.
Yeah. Yeah. A good question. Board have anything else for me?
Motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn meeting.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn the June 2nd Drainage Board meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Corey, you got something for us to sign, don't you?
Going on a fishing trip in July.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Well, Michigan.
Michigan.
Never done.
Thank
We
you.
usually go to
That
big
it?
tripping
You guys have a wonderful
3
day.
days and it
Bye,
happens,
Eric.
that happens to
See
be
you
1
later.
day.
Don't forget your thing.
Thank you very, very much.
Manistee River.
See you later.
See ya.
There you are.
Okay. I can come in there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'll run through this fairly quick. I don't have too many updates. We do have a few signatures.
Let me I think we usually got one here, and we did. I don't see it
What are you looking for?
for the highway. Well, then just run through it. We'll be good, one way or the other.
Okay.
We'll have you draw a picture if we need to.
All right, so the first thing I have is a contract amendment with GAI Consultants. This is for one of our roundabout designs. It's going to test my 700 West and I believe 500 North. So they are presented a supplement for sidewalk design that we didn't have in the original scope. So that's for $26,000. That needs a signature.
Do we need to make a motion?
Yes,
I
yes.
thought so, okay. I make a motion that we approve and sign off on project number R230454.00, amendment number 1, project name, intersection reconstruction of a roundabout, DES number 2201629.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve project number R230454-00, amendment number 1, DES number 2201629. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Go ahead.
Okay, next, I've got a contract with the same consultant, GAI Consultants, for right-of-way services on the same project, 2201629. And that is in the amount of
Oh,
$141,775.
Thank you, Ryan. I make a motion that we approve the LPA consulting contract effective June 2nd, 2026, between the Hancock County Board of Commissioners, acting and by through its proper officials, and GAI Consultants, a corporation of limited liability organized under the laws. DES number 2201629, in an amount not to exceed $141,775.
Second.
we have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the intersection reconstruction roundabout at 700 West and County Road 500 North for GDI Associates, I think it was, yeah? GAI. So, in the amount not to exceed, is that the 141? $141,775 as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And then next, I've got several, we have 8 roadway reclassification applications that we'll be submitting through MPO and then NDOT. And these are just based on traffic volumes and road use, and then to help these roadways be eligible for more funding, federal grant funding, so those need signatures as well.
Okay. 8 submissions, and so we just need to make a motion to include them all?
Motion to approve the road classification upgrades as presented.
Second.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second to approve the road classification checklist as presented. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Pretty simple.
in.
Okay, get them going, eh? Here we go.
Heard a lot of nice things about your crews out in Shirley for that project. I want to drive by it at night, but I can't stay up that late. It is. About out of ink.
Just about. Here we go.
We have like, let me check our box.
Out of ink. Gonna start charging for pens
Ran
or
out of
something
things
there.
to sign, so I guess I'll keep going. We will be working on an LWCF grant process this summer. We're getting ready to schedule a meeting with DNR to kind of judge the go, no-go decision on some property. This would probably be for just property purchase, very light development as far as like parking and stuff. So we have some properties identified. Miriam has been in contact with owners, and we're just sort of in that process of making that decision. So we'll keep you updated on that. As Janine mentioned, the Shirley Trail construction is complete. We do have some like landscaping and things like that that are getting ready to go in, and some decorative asphalt in front of the Jane Ross Reeves house, the Octagon house. So that will be going in the next few weeks to wrap that project
Is
up.
the highway engineer going to put in his glowing night in the dark rocks?
That has been installed.
it
Yeah,
has,
there last
okay.
week that was installed. So
I'm dying to see it. I just can't stay up that late.
Okay,
late at night.
got it.
Let's see, the the Jack and Sons property, a lot of this stuff he's gone through, I think, last week, but he just mentioned that he'll be needing Scott to get the lease done by the end of next week for the Jack and Sons property, and that work is ongoing. The mower at the highway department, the robot mower that we're piloting has been running. I think they're kind of tweaking things and working out some bugs on that. So again, we'll keep you posted on that. I think he's got on here noted, Mike, did you have it, or is Mike? Lindsay Trail, do you have anything to mention on that?
The Benzie Trail of Hancock County is wanting to put a 8x13 concrete pad on 400 West to put for the portlet to sit on, and are wanting to put all of your attention and up to you whether or not you want that put on the county's property.
Is that the same spot that they were gonna put that?
Yes. It's just,
They're not gonna put it now?
they're not. They're just going to put a pad on there. They're wanting to put a pad to set the portlet on with the fence, a privacy fence around it, kind of like the Parks Department has done for
Okay.
And 8 foot by 14 feet, is that what the pad size was?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
That's pretty big for a portalet, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Are they gonna,
Gives you a place to walk up to it as well, so you're not
Oh.
stepping in a bunch of mud or
Right.
rocks or whatever, so.
right,
Do we need a motion on that, or?
I don't, yeah,
Okay.
I don't
make
have
a
any
motion.
issue with
Yeah,
that.
Gary just wanted to be to your attention, and if you,
Yeah, we can go ahead and make a motion on approval.
I make a motion that we approve the concrete pad at 4 West, and it's 40, and US 40, for the portalet. And that's going to be paid for by the Pensy Trail.
Kenzie Trail of Hancock County.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve a concrete pad at 400 West and 40 to be paid for by the Trails Committee, or all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. You're welcome.
This week, we've got crack sealing underway throughout the county. And the bridge on 300 South, west of New Pal, which is Bridge 146, should be open by the end of this week. I think they've been behind on a few things, but it sounds like they're wrapping up, so.
That's good news.
Good.
And that is all I have. If you have any questions.
Nope. Thank you.
Thanks, Ann.
Mike Gibson.
Just one.
You been saving up or what?
Make it worth my while. Good morning.
Morning.
This morning, needing a re-signature of a plat that you guys have seen a couple of times. One in Drainage Board to vacate an easement for the hospital's property out on 600 West and Gateway. We revised the plat by adding a little bit more room. They needed something for a dumpster, and then we revised an easement. So after the fact that you guys had signed that plat, Harold made some changes, so I just need that plat re-signed, if you could.
It's over there.
Make a motion that we re-sign the plat. Okay.
So, but it has changed. So we'll need a new motion.
Okay. I make a motion that we re-sign the plat signatures for the Hancock County, or Hancock Gateway Park Phase 1, Section 5. It's a replat of part of Block I in Hancock Gateway Park, Phase 1, Section 4, and part of Block H, and Block E, Hancock County Gateway Park, Phase 1, Section 1, in
Second.
McCreek Township.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the way to sign and approve the Hancock Gateway Park, Phase 1, Section 5, as presented. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Got here.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, the second item is for a right-of-way acceptance or dedication for Bickle Minor Subdivision located at the northwest corner of County Road 500 East and 700 North. It's 0.527 acres.
Make a motion that we approve the right-of-way at 500 East and 700 North at 0.527 acres.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the right-of-way acceptance in amount of 0.527 at 5 East and 7 North as presented. Backlund.
Still looking.
Be on the back. Roll with him. Is that it? Okay.
Is this where you want us to sign, Mike? I don't see anything.
It's not on the front.
What?
What about back here? You got, that's not it? Okay.
Sometimes they'll put it on the back of one of those.
You want us to sign the back of it, or?
No, sometimes they put the block on the back.
Oh,
The front makes it easier to record.
right here. All right, okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The third and last one is Spiegel Minor subdivision, a right-of-way dedication for 2 lots located approximately 875 north, 1200 east. The total dedication for the right-of-way is 0.764 acres.
Make a motion that we approve the right-of-way at 875 north, 1200 east, acreage at 0.764 for the Spiegel Minor subdivision.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the right-of-way acceptance on 2 lots equaling 0.764 acres at 875 north, 1200 east, as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
All right, you too, thank you.
David Hine. Okay, there it is. Mr. Hines.
Yes, sir.
I think we have a proclamation for you,
Yes, sir.
for your group. We do have a proclamation for the Vietnam Veterans in Memory Week. Whereas the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund believes all those who served in Vietnam should be honored and remembered for their service, and their in-memory program enables the family and friends of those who come home and later died the opportunity to have them be forever memorialized. And whereas each honoree is honored with the in-memory plaque on the grounds of the memorial site, the plaque and a photo when the wall that heals visits your community, and a dedicated web page on the Veterans Memory website. And whereas it is estimated that there were over 600 Greenfield and Hancock County men and women that served in the Vietnam War, but it is unknown how many of those Vietnam veterans have now passed away. And whereas in the 33 years since the creation of the in-memory program, there have been only 2 Hancock County Vietnam veterans inducted into the Vietnam Veterans Memory
Honor roll?
Honor Roll, yes, okay. There it was. And whereas it is imperative that we publicly inform the families of our Vietnam veterans who have passed away that their loved one can be honored for their service at the in memory ceremony overlooking the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now, therefore, we, Gary McDaniel, Janine Gray, and Bill Spalding, Hancock County Commissioners, proclaim the week of June 14th to June 20th, 2026, as Hancock County Vietnam Veterans in Memory Week. So.
Dave, you want photos? Do you want photos?
Yes, she does need to attend.
And we have two county residents being honored actually June 19th this year. Jack Robertson from Greenfield and Russ Dowden from New Palestine. We've only had 8 total honored 33 years.
So appreciate it. Thank you for your.
Okay.
Did you sign that first? I did.
Heather Condra. I don't see her.
I won't hold anything up.
Okay. Scott Williams. He's not here either. Okay.
He can't be here until 9.
Okay. Rudy Nylund.
Morning.
Good morning.
Chief Deputy Alex Barnes. I would like to just talk about our possibility of a full-time position being changed from a part-time position, and like to go ahead and turn that over to Alex Barnes so he can explain that.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning. So I've kind of been working on this in coordination with Rudy, and just to refresh your memory, I'm sure you guys are aware, but just a little over a year ago, I think we came before you and the council in a joint meeting requesting a full-time position for what would have been this year. And we were grateful to receive your favorable recommendation for that. After a little more discussion, Rudy and I believed that in an effort to be a little more fiscally responsible and just to kind of have like a pilot year, because we've never had anyone in the office before, we've kind of taken this year to have a part-time position, and it has greatly been a positive impact for our office, not only with just availability for investigations, but just someone being in the office to answer phone calls and, you know, do projects that, you know, have been put on the back burner for way too long. So I know it's only been a little over a quarter of this year, but there's plenty of work to justify this full-time position, not only from the administrative standpoint of things, but just because of our growth and how many investigations that are coming in during the working day. So I know that there's been a instruction from the council on new positions and everything. So we're aware of that. We weren't sure if it would be any different since this is already a part-time position, if it's any different transitioning it to full-time. So kind of looking for some advisement on that from you all. We're going to be on their agenda tomorrow as well to pitch this to them. So just kind of hoping we can renew your favorable recommendation to them But if you have any other questions, we'd be happy to answer those.
Will your current employee step up to be full-time?
That's the plan.
Taylor?
Yeah, that's the plan. And honestly, without going into too much detail, part of why this is important is the person that fills this role for us now has, kind of told us that without this going full-time, she probably won't be able to continue that for us. And this is a specialized position, and trying to backfill that would be very tough, and honestly, it would just set us back from the progress that we've made. And there's actually, in this latest General Assembly, I think it was House Enrolled Act 1031 that says that anyone who performs a death investigation without the required training commits a Class B misdemeanor. So we can't really hire someone new that hasn't gone through the training either, because they only hold the training course twice a year. So we really need to have someone in this position already trained.
I think by, telling the council not only that, but showing them too what you found out since you brought in this part-timer, how you really do need that person in that role, and then probably how burdened that person is just by only being part-time to take it to full-time. I mean, you need to be able to show them some statistics as far as the whys. I mean, we can tell everybody, yes, we do need people because we're the fastest growing community any way you look at it throughout the state of Indiana. You just have to have some numbers to be able to back that up. And then I still think we can probably offer you, at least in my opinion, a favorable recommendation to them that you need it. But I don't think they're going to accept it without those numbers to just back up your position.
And it looks like 50% of your calls have been during the hours of 8 to 5, so she's busy.
Yeah.
And the 26 salary and wages budget's already been approved at the 139?
That was this year's.
But I mean,
Yeah, it was already approved for this year, so that's our work.
was that to include a full-time?
No.
It was not.
That was part-time.
Okay. That's just your overall budget, okay.
Yeah.
I do believe that we are in line to grow even more. I've stated this before. We're not going to get any smaller. And since all the surrounding donut counties have got a full-time associate, we're in that market also. We are growing, and we are definitely in need of a full-time person. So I think we could vote to give a favorable.
Well, I have a question. That administrative position on a full-time basis would be $50,960, is that correct? But the increase is $43,307.
Yep, so I realized on this little document that you have in front of you, so we're going to increase our part-time budget for our true part-time deputies, because what we found out is it's getting to the point where we almost need to have 2 deputies go out on a run, just because of the physical demands of the job too. So that's going to raise their wages that are due to them. But really the only additional on this position is 26.
Plus benefits.
Yeah, plus benefits, yeah. So if you take that 43 figure that you have there, subtract it from 26, that's just what's going to go up for the part-time staff. So, and I've got all those numbers prepared for tomorrow.
Thing too.
And you're bringing this back to us tomorrow?
Well,
the
one
budget.
thing that really has changed our budget is some of the new state laws where someone who unfortunately is transferred from this county by ambulance or helicopter to a surrounding county and pass away and have an autopsy done. A couple years ago, that was not the burden of Hancock County, but that has changed. So whenever there's a major incident that has happened and they go to Methodist or Eskenazi Hospital for trauma care and then they die, that burden of an autopsy is on Hancock County with the new law. So that's where a lot of that autopsy money is changed, where we didn't see that years ago. Now, in the same situation, something comes in from Henry County to Hancock County, we can revert that bill back to Henry County. But that doesn't happen near as much as our cases going to in Marion County and even Hamilton County. So that's about 1 case a month on the average.
Again, that's important information that if you,
Yeah.
you need to share to tell the whys.
And you've got a lot of information here. I mean, that's, I mean, you've done your homework, so.
I move that we send it forward to the council, and it will be in front of the budget hearing, the council tomorrow. Gary and I will both be there with a favorable recommendation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to send a favorable recommendation to council to fund a full-time position for the coroner's office as presented. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Very much.
Okay.
901.
Is 901 what?
For Scott.
Heather Condra come in?
No, she hasn't.
Okay. Scott Williams.
Morning.
Good morning.
We're here to open bids for the demolition of a house at 2463 West 200 South, Susan Englebrecht. So here's
Okay.
the bids I've collected.
Cutter ready.
You got what, 4 of them? Okay. This one is from Denny Companies of 2050 South Harding Street in Indianapolis. Oh, thingy's getting dull.
Let me see if Heather not open them for you.
I got it.
Okay.
All right. Total bid amount, $21,826, includes asbestos.
How much was that?
$21,826, which also includes asbestos inspection. This one is from Kindred Excavating Group LLC, located at 4231 South 800 West in New Palestine, Indiana. Total amount bid, $67,662. This one is from K.C. Bertram Construction, located at 5780 East 25th Street in Indianapolis, Indiana. This one is for $40,895. This one is from Brogan Brothers, doing business as Indianapolis Demolition Company, located at 916 East Westfield Boulevard, Suite 240 in Indianapolis, Indiana. And this bid is for $28,875.
Do you want to take these bids and look through them, make sure that?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And then you can bring it back to us for an approval?
Yep.
Perfect.
Heather just walked in.
Heather Condra. Don't get comfortable. Come on up here.
Sure they have insurance. Are you ready for me?
Yes, yes. You're fine, you're fine.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Heather Condra. I'm Executive Director of Greenfield Main Street. This is our second year hosting our Market on Main event, which is a vendor artisan market that we host on the plaza behind the courthouse. It is 4 to 8 p.m. on the third Thursday of every month, and it has been so successful that we have run out of space on the plaza. So my request to commission would be to allow us to have some vendors up on the lawn of the courthouse. It would be a small 10 by 10 pop-up tent, a table, and they would be selling their items, and it would be about 4 hours. There should not be any damage to the lawn.
I make a motion that we approve the use of the courthouse lawn for the Main Street Greenfield project, third Thursday of every month.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve Main Street to use the courthouse lawn on the third Wednesday? Or
Third Thursday.
Third Thursday.
It's May through September.
May through September
Yes.
for their art
Yes.
displays. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
Okay. John Jokantas.
He's not
But he don't have a tie. He's not asking for anything.
The peanut gallery is back, John.
There's no, which means not asking for anything for 911, actually, so it's other things. So just for clarification, with the Pollinator Garden, we will be starting that today, or well, we'll be telling them they can go ahead and start whenever they are prepared, correct?
Yeah, they can. We had a discussion because we've already given them permission and we voted to approve this whole thing. So we don't need another motion.
All right, then we're good to go on that. So we'll get that started, and then once we're ready, then obviously we'll do some media on it, and everybody will be invited. So then my other item today has been a lengthy one. We want to get what we need done for 123 East Main, for community corrections, for the door access, cameras, door hardware. This will finish that out and button up everything that we need to get buttoned up. The quote, Nelson Alarm has worked really well with us on this particular quote. We had some outstanding quotes. We combined everything. It saved us, I would say, a good amount of money to do it this way. But the total that we're requesting today is $28,250. And that is for door access controls, door hardware, and security cameras.
What about the 11?
That's just a
That's subtotal.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that's subtotal for
Okay.
the door access and door hardware equipment.
And we can take this out of the 2021 bond.
Okay.
So there's still money left in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Enough. I make a motion that we approve quote 10635 from Nelson Alarm, equipment sales agreement for Hancock County Community Corrections located at 123 East Main in Greenfield. This will be for cameras, alarms, and everything to finish up the project there. The amount to be paid from the 2021 bond, not to exceed $28,250.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the equipment sales agreement with Nelson Alarm and with 123 East Main to be taken out of the 2021 bond in the amount of $28,250 as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Awesome, thank you. I know it's a little quick for me, but.
We don't mind that.
So thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Ellen Kuker.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm the Parks Director for the City of Greenfield. I'm here today to ask for permission to include the Annex parking lot and a parking map that the Parks Department is creating to try to help educate concert goers for the upcoming Depot Street Park concert series this summer. We know we're going to have major challenges with parking. The two main lots that typically support parking for our concerts are both going to be under construction. That's the Wolf Lot and the Harvest Market parking lot that are east of the park. So park staff, we went out this spring. We walked around downtown Greenfield. We physically counted the number of on-street parking spots, as well as identified some parking lots that we would like to include in the parking aerial. The Annex parking lot was one of those parking lots that we identified that we'd like to include in the parking map. Just need your approval to do that. This map will go up on social media.
Now,
Liability?
we've already given your maintenance supervisor, what did he ask for? It was that same parking lot, wasn't it? Your maintenance supervisor.
Josh?
Josh.
Yes, he said he had a conversation with you, but his takeaway was we needed to officially come and just ask to make sure it was okay to include it on the parking aerial before we get it on social media.
Okay.
It's a Friday night series anyway.
It's Friday
or
and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, yeah.
And liability goes to?
It would probably be on us.
It would be.
Because it's a public parking lot that the county covers. It's probably part of what's wrapped up in our liability insurance.
It is.
Okay, so
Vehicle traffic that parks on that.
I wouldn't have a problem with it because, I mean, we know they're going to be challenged with parking. Going to be.
It's going to
When
be
you
fun.
take out a whole city block,
Absolutely, yeah. And whether it's in the aerial or not, people are going to park there. Whether we direct them there or not, they're going to find your lot and park there. We just wanted to make sure you guys were okay that we included it in the aerial to try to educate people that are coming to our community where they can park.
And if you could add in there as well that there are certain groups of folks that get out of here at 3 o'clock on Friday, or the end of work day is 3 and end of work day is 4 for some. So probably post that.
Yeah. Our concerts start at 6.
Right.
We typically start seeing people about 4:30. But yeah, we can try to educate that
let them know.
That way all
available.
our people are gone?
Yeah, to make sure that all the people here. that
Available
get back-
4 and after?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, we can include that.
I make a motion that we approve the use of our Annex parking lot for Greenfield Parks and Recreation for the Friday and Saturday concert series.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the floor to approve Greenfield City Parks to use our Annex parking lot for concert goers for the Friday and Saturday night series throughout the summer as requested. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Awesome, thank you, guys.
You're welcome. We got all gone. Tabitha Davis. Good morning.
We are here to simply ask that our part-time field officer position be able to become a full-time position. Carrie Wall was our case manager that we had. We had 2 case managers. We are not looking to fill that case manager position, and instead I would like to make our part-time field officer a full-time position in lieu of the case management position.
But it's already been funded. I mean, so you don't have the one.
Correct.
So it's more or less going to take that position anyway, isn't it?
We're not asking in next year's budget to, we not filled it, the case manager position, second one, and we're not asking for one next year.
But what I'm saying, it's funded at this point in time.
Correct. It will not cost any additional
Yeah.
funding or benefits from the county.
35, the 36.5 is in the field officer position.
Just move
There's
in
money for that.
to that. It's already there.
Budget, the full-time, the part-time field officer will go to be a full-time, and the second manager will not exist.
Okay.
There will be savings of money, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly.
But I mean, more or less, you're just taking the part-time, making it the full-time that already exists, that you don't have anybody in. Yeah.
I make a motion that we send forward with with the approval to county council regarding taking your part-time field officer position to full-time.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to give favorable recommendation to county council to allow the field officer position be taken from part-time to full-time, in which the full-time position already existed, just not occupied, so.
Full-time position of second case.
Case manager, yes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the field officers will be
Mark
eliminated.
Mark Elder.
And the part-time will go full-time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm asking for some direction from the commissioners regards to the Siren, outdoor early warning siren in New Palestine, located at 3800 or 3875 South 500 West. It is not functional at the current time. They got quotes to get it repaired. It can be repaired at the cost of between $4,500 and $7,500. The problem is the vendor for that has recommended it not to spend that type of money on that siren because, as they refer to it, using their words, not ours, it's a civil defense siren that tells you how old it's hard to tell how it's at least 50, 60 years old. The components that's wrong with it now can be replaced, but you fix it now. If something else goes wrong with it, they don't make parts and pieces for like other components that could go wrong with it. So it would be recommended to replace it. To replace it, and I included, should be in the packet, the cost of a siren itself is $13,947, but then you have to start adding in all the components that go with it. So then there's the transformer, the digital controller, which brings it all up for a total cost for a replacement siren of $42,545. That's just for the siren. And then there's a cost associated with having a local vendor, electrician, to make a connection, electrical connection, which has been estimated between, depending where we have it located at, $3,000 to $5,000. The good thing about it is if we can replace this siren, it would have to be relocated because it's more efficient, it's louder, it would give us more coverage area, better coverage area in that area of the county. It would also have a battery backup. Is if we repair this current siren, if there's a power outage, which would be common in a storm, that siren is not functional once again. If we replace the siren, it would have a battery backup. Power outage goes out, it still can be activated in case of a tornado warning. So I'm seeking direction. If we decide to repair it or we decide to replace it, the other thing is I don't have the funding in our this year's budget to do either one.
So is there only one provider out there or what?
We've gotten quotes. I haven't gotten a formal quote from a second, but they are actually more expensive than what Federal provided us in this quote.
Okay. My question when I looked at this, the 2025 says for maintenance of buildings, and I don't know that it actually says for a replacement of a siren. That's what I mean. So, I didn't see it in any of the other bonds either. So it's just maintenance to buildings and stuff. So I'm thinking.
One of the bonds says equipment. She's taking a look at it, but didn't one of them say something about equipment?
Let's see.
Can I ask a question? You know, like if, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, Misty replaced a lot of the sirens. Do you have a list of the sirens?
We have a list of them.
That's not on that.
No, there's 3 sirens that were not replaced. This is one of them, and then there's one in Shirley and one in Wilkinson.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. So Hancock County government buildings, funds are required to build, renovate, remodel county buildings, including but not limited to a new truck facility for highway department to improve operation efficiency, safety, and long-term infrastructure reliability.
Okay.
I think that.
That 2025? All right, and that's, we can do
What
that.
was the quote on that? Was that the 120?
12024?
That's for 3 sirens, so
Three sirens.
divide that
Oh,
by
that's-
3. For 1 siren, it would be 42,545. That does not include the local vendor cost of having a connection
So-
made.
How are the other sirens? You said one in Shirley and where?
Wilkinson.
Wilkinson.
Do they have one there at all?
We're having the maps updated to show the coverage areas. So there is one that was installed last year, I believe, in Wilkinson, and there's one up in Shirley. So before we do anything with that, I want to see what the coverage area is on those before we would want to do anything on that.
And you want to pay for this out of 2025?
2025.
Okay. And the amount was $40,225?
Plus.
42,545 plus whatever the local vendor cost, and they've estimated up to no more than $5,000 is what our vendor has, what they've ran into in the past.
47 something, isn't it?
Okay, I make a motion that we approve Federal Signal for a new emergency siren in the New Palestine area, and that would be provided by Federal Signal in the amount of $42,525 plus the expense of up to $5,000 for the local vendor.
Second.
Okay, I got one more thing. You said that's going to have to be relocated.
Yes.
Do we have a place to put it? Do we have to pay for land?
From my understanding, we don't have to pay for the land. It's on a utility pole. The federal vendor, because there are federal guidelines of how close they can be located to one another, that is part of their service that they do, is they will tell us where it needs to be located at so that they don't overlap the decibel coverage.
Okay.
And Wilkinson has just the one, and then they've got a manual one.
Correct.
It's older.
Yes.
And 911 has to set that off manually every time it's needed.
Correct.
Okay. We have a motion and a second on the floor for a new siren and installation costs, and that is through Federal Signal, and in the amount of $47,525. Is that it? Okay. And that total cost with the installation and local vendors and all that. All those in favor say aye. Oh, to be paid for out of 2025. There we go. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now, Mark, which one of these need to be signed off on then?
I'll have them redo it for 1 siren.
Oh, okay, very
Then we
good.
can sign.
And do we need a motion for me to sign it once he gets it signed off?
I make a motion that once emergency management has the new contract in the amounts mentioned in the previous motion, that we allow President McDaniel to sign off on that.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to allow Commissioner President McDaniel to sign the bid once we get the recalculated numbers produced. So, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we've got some housekeeping to do here.
I make a motion that we approve the claims and payroll.
Second.
Motion on the floor to approve claims and payroll. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Auditor Business?
We have an email that was sent to us. You've got something from the stormwater that you need to sign, so I want to make sure you got that.
Yes. That come out. That was sent to me, and I forwarded that to the ladies there. All it is allowing me to sign their construction stormwater certificate.
Okay.
So,
Make a motion that we approve the signing of construction stormwater certification through the IDEM Office of Water Quality, and this is for the Sheriff's Office.
Auxiliary building.
Auxiliary building.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to allow me to sign off on the construction stormwater certificate out at the sheriff's new building. So, and it has to take a wet signature, and this has to be sent to them, and we have to forward them a copy of this being signed. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And then the other was the fire and EMS study that's being done by Baker Tilly. I did talk to Bill about that. The motion was not to exceed $90,000, but it came in at $97,000. So Bill just said, let's reach out to Baker Tilly to find out what the additional cost is. It might be something tomorrow that you may need to ask for some additional out of food and beverage to cover that invoice. So that's just put that on your radar. And then your self-insured liability insurance for your budget for next year. We appropriated $500,000 last year. We'd like to go ahead and do that. That's what we're planning on for next year. We haven't used that, knock on wood. So we just thought we'd go ahead and use that same number. And as the year progresses in 2027, if you need more, you could just ask for an additional.
So we have, I know we have almost $500,000.
Yeah, we haven't spent a whole lot of it, but you know that one claim that comes in could wipe it out.
Wipe it out, so we're going to ask for an additional.
Well, no, it's just for your budget for 2027. That's what we're going to do. Same number that we did, if you're good with that.
Yeah.
But we need how much for the additional Baker Tilly?
An additional 7,000, and we'll probably have an answer so when you make that ask tomorrow, we'll know why that increased. I know they've been meeting an awful lot, and you guys have been doing a lot of work.
Well, so are we no longer have the additional 75,000 that we just asked for additional? For
If you ask for
Contractual?
75,000,
was it contractual or was it?
Bill, it was contractual, wasn't it? that we
Contractual
asked?
extra
Well, this was
fees?
90 that was already, it was.
yeah, it's a certain line
food
for
and
this
beverage.
contract.
Oh, okay.
And it said not to exceed 90, so no matter where you paid from
okay.
it, we would
I
need
got
to
you.
probably redo something on that.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
and
good.
unless you have anything for me, I don't think we have anything else.
Proclamation. Men's Health? Bill, you want this one?
Sure. Who sponsored this one? Who get this on our agenda? Was there a group that specifically asked for it? Who was?
Yes, and then I discussed it with Gary. I'd have to find the email.
But they're not here, so.
Here, it's more of like the amateur radio that sends in theirs here. They just wanted your support.
Okay, well, we will read this into the record. So this is a proclamation for Men's Health Week in Hancock County. So it says, whereas Men's Health Month is a part of an ongoing international effort to educate men, boys, and their families about the importance of preventive health screenings, early detection, and healthy lifestyles. And whereas nationwide men have had a life expectancy that is approximately 6 years shorter than that of women and experience higher rates of chronic disease, including diabetes, obesity, cancer, heart disease, and premature mortality. And whereas Men's Health Month provides an opportunity to recognize the mental and physical health needs of men and boys while encouraging fathers and caregivers to serve as positive role models through preventative care, healthy living, and help-seeking behaviors. And whereas the growing epidemic of deaths of despair, including deaths related to suicide, substance use disorders, alcohol misuse, and homelessness, underscores the urgent need to raise awareness of unrecognized and undiagnosed depression, mental stress, and emotional stress among boys and men. And whereas the centerpiece of Men's Health Month is National Men's Health Week, a special awareness period passed by Congress and signed into law on May 31st, 1994, and observed annually through the efforts of Men's Health Network to build health, empathy, recognition, and the understanding of the unique health needs facing men and boys. Now therefore, the Board of Commissioners, Hancock County, do hereby proclaim June 15 through 21 of 2026 is Men's Health Week in Hancock County, Indiana.
And then we will get this to them.
Out-of-state travel?
Yep.
Make a motion that we approve out-of-state travel for Hancock County Community Corrections. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individuals attending training in, it doesn't say where.
All right.
Conference, All Rise National Conference in Tennessee.
There you go. All Rise National Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Lodging expense of $2,400, meals of $1,680, conference fees $5,220, not to exceed $9,300.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve out-of-state travel for the community corrections, and it will include Alex Granados, Madison Delagrange, Haley Matthews, Lamar Robinson, Nicole Raffaelli, and Faith Sorrell, Courtney Dunnington, as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay.
What do you want to do next?
The opioid, the decision on the Eastern Hancock revised opioid proposal.
Scott was gonna look it over.
I did. I think it's good. I think it meets criteria.
Okay.
And I also think that the earlier criticism is not well-founded that we had before that was so just to add that to it. But I think this definitely meets the criteria.
So
we can move forward with letting them know
Yes.
to go ahead and resubmit that request, or not resubmit, but we can move forward with the request on the new format. And you guys are good with that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the new decision on Eastern Hancock revised opioid proposal.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor to approve the decision on Eastern Hancock's revised opioid proposal as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And I would just like to say, just for the public, they had $5,000 left over from what they had been given. So they're utilizing that for a new program that does qualify. So it's not that they're getting anything extra. They just want to make sure that they can take advantage of that.
Proclamation.
Is there anyone here from the amateur radio operators? No? This is a proclamation for amateur radio operators dated June 2nd, 2026. Whereas the County of Hancock has licensed amateur radio operators who have demonstrated their value in public assistance by providing emergency radio communications, and whereas these amateur radio operators donate these services free of charge to the county in the interest of the citizens of the county as well as the world. And whereas these amateur radio operators are on alert for any emergency, local or worldwide, and practice their communication skills during the American Radio Relays League Field Day exercise. And whereas this year's Amateur Radio Field Day will take place June 27th through June 28th, 2026. And now, therefore, we, Gary McDaniel, Janine Gray, and Bill Spalding, Hancock County Commissioners, hereby declare the week of June 22nd through June 28th, 2026, Amateur Radio Week. In recognition of this important emergency preparedness exercise, we call upon all citizens to pay appropriate tribute to the amateur radio operators of Hancock County.
Hear, hear.
I don't know if they're doing it, but when they would have somebody come in and this proclamation would come out that they would set up a temporary site near St.
Yeah,
Michael's. So
Yeah.
it might be worth us trying to go there to see if they have anything set up. They were always welcoming and wanted equipment.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
The field day is going to be at the library for those 2 days in the field next to the Hancock County Library.
Oh, okay, very
For those.
This
on those
weekend
days.
or on the dates?
27, 28.
Okay, just for the public, they will be having a field day in the field behind the library, and that's June 27th and 28th. If anybody would like to go out, I know they enjoy having people out there, getting this out to the public, letting them know that they do serve the public in many different ways.
And it's very interesting, too.
Yeah. So. Okay, you've got some disbursements.
This we have for Veritas Advisors, Amplify certification of completion.
You want Lance to come up?
Yeah.
We'd like to hear some progress. That's what it is.
I drew.
Good morning.
Progress. As you will see, one of the documents before you today is the substantial completion certificate for the project, which is it's really a contractual formality certifying that we've reached the stage in the project where the owner can actually use the building for its intended purpose. So it's a milestone. It's a great thing. It lists the outstanding items for Meyer and Agem to either complete or repair if there are any corrections needed to be made. So it basically says anything outstanding for them to complete their contract is itemized here with an associated cost value. And it then cites the turnover date, which is planned for June 19th. Okay. So June 19th is when the keys are turned over to the county as the owner, and the county gets control and will thereafter have complete control of the building. That means maintenance, security, utilities, insurance, the whole ball of wax.
I don't want to open up, but I'm going to. Where do we stand on the guardrails that were brought to our attention?
So after we had our conversation, I followed up with a meeting with Gary Poole and Commissioner Spalding, and we discussed that. Everything meeting code, the intention is to move forward as designed. And then if we need to loop back and circle back and take another closer look at it, then we can do that.
All right. Thank you.
Sure thing.
So we'll make sure our insurance is ready to go, effective June 19th?
Yes, we actually have the insurance. We have Brian Breeze coming to the board meeting next Tuesday to address the board. So, so everything's in motion.
I can cross this off my list then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can. Everything is in motion. So as far as progress goes, I mean, it's looking good, and Meyer and Agem has done a fantastic job, as has Ratio as the architect. It's been a great project, and as we near the end, there's still a lot to be done. But from a construction standpoint, we are getting very, very close.
Sweet.
Okay.
Great.
So, yeah.
We're excited about that. That's going to add so much to our county. I really do believe it is.
It is an absolutely exciting project, so.
They're
well
talking
done to
about
you
it all over the state.
What do you say?
They're talking about it all over the state.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we had several administrators or superintendents at schools come out to see it.
They did, yes.
Governor and all that. So I mean,
Yes. Yeah, it's been great. I love the high profile nature of it. Hopefully we can maintain that and continue to generate that excitement about what.
And the folks at Work One would like a tour.
Was that right? Okay. All right.
So if you can get with me, I'll get with David and we'll get him through there.
We can make that happen.
Trying to kind of look at like what they have at Made over in the Plainfield where Work One is located in that building. And,
yes.
You know, even though they've got a pretty sweet deal down here on South State Road 9, it makes a lot of sense just to have them within that building in the future.
Yeah. Well, there's 20,000 feet upstairs. So, yeah.
So I make a motion that we accept the Amplify Hancock certificate of substantial completion presented by Veritas Advisors.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve and accept the certificate of substantial completion for the Amplify Hancock to be completed. It's an exciting program. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Question. Do you have, I'm not expecting that you would, do you have any update on the user agreements, status of those? I will be talking to Lisa Lee, but I don't know if you had any information.
That process continues. We did receive legal feedback from Ivy Tech, from one of the users.
Okay.
I think the other two users are pretty satisfied with things as they stand. I haven't heard any pushback or comment. With regard to the Ivy Tech, we received those comments. We've reviewed those, at least on one point that is in the court of Lisa Lee. I know that Commissioner Spalding had a conversation with Lisa last week. So these are all moving forward. Everything is moving forward well.
There was a termination clause in there that there was some language requested by the user. And, spoke to Lisa and she says, oh yes, and on the county side and on Amplify side, we need to work in. I haven't gotten anything, just checked to make sure. I haven't gotten anything back from her.
I'll check with her too, and then the insurance structure of that. I expect that's going to get addressed.
Actually, that has been addressed by Brian Brees.
We ran Brian through the ringer on that, but I really do believe he's come up with something that covers everybody. Again, he got some great insights from Ice Miller's legal insurance and a lot of that, roadmap of who need to be covered and what. I believe we're represented by Cincinnati Insurance. The person who serves that locally, they came in with the most competitive overall bid and numbers that we needed. Track, we can really.
If it wasn't right, Brian would be just, all over the place.
Oh, he would be.
I know, I understand.
And he's calling me on Friday night at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll also check with her just to make sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
We have an affidavit for construction fund reimbursement request number 27. In the Hancock County Redevelopment Authority, and the amount of, it says under Schedule A, but I've got two different numbers here, but the total is $894,034.64.
Okay, that's.
Or is it the $54,242.44?
I think we've got a total at $839.
Both invoices together for the $894,000.
Right.
Okay.
$894.
So that total again, in the motion is $894,034.64.
Second.
There is a motion and second on the floor to approve affidavit for construction fund disbursement, request number 2, in the amount of $894,034.64. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Both of you. Okay, we also have from Veritas a change order, number 9, dated May 28th of 2026. Total amount to be drawn from owner contingency is $31,958 even.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the Amplify Hancock change order number 9 to total amount to be drawn from the owner contingency in the amount of $31,958 as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Okay. And Scott Williams, or you got,
And just to say again, for the record, we are on or under budget and on time.
I like the way you say that. That's correct.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Lance.
Scott Williams?
Okay, been through the bids, and it looks like the Denny Companies has won the bid. The only thing in these bids that was common through there, they all have a price to notify IDEM. Anytime we demolish something, you have to notify IDEM. So if there's asbestos present, then that'll be an additional cost to this, but we won't know till we test it.
Can we see it there? That way we can motion to approve?
You want the what?
The bid.
The Denny bid. That, now wasn't theirs the one that included?
That was that was asbestos notification, wasn't it?
Notification. They all did notification.
Okay.
Okay.
Remediation.
Okay, very good. I make a motion that we approve the contractor's bid for the Hancock County Department of Planning for demolishing a house in the amount of not to exceed $21,826 unless there becomes the need for remediation of asbestos.
Correct.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the bid for demolition cost excluding any asbestos remediation in the amount of $21,826. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
What was the name of that company?
Denny.
Denny Company, Denny.
Denney?
Denney Excavating, Inc., located at 2050 South Harding Street, 46221.
Thank you.
Now, I'm on the agenda for the council next week to ask for funding for the unsafe building fund. Kind of curious what I should ask for in case
What does remediation typically run? Do you have any idea whatsoever?
No clue. The houses I've demolished haven't had it, so I have no idea.
And how old is this house? Do we know?
I don't know.
Huh.
I could take a quick look at Beacon, but I don't know.
I just wouldn't know if they would actually use asbestos.
I think what one of the bids did say that his opinion that it was present in the siding, and that's usually where it is in the old siding on the outside of the house.
No,
So one of the contractors did say that he thought it was there.
Okay, that I have no idea.
I would ask them, I would let the council know this is probably going to happen. You're going to have to remediate some asbestos, but probably ask for an additional appropriation once you find out what that value is.
I'll try to call around between now and Wednesday to try to get something.
But you probably won't have an accurate amount, but I mean, you could just give them a heads up, hey, I'm going to be coming back if there's asbestos, so.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Do
you.
you need this back, or does it need to go upstairs?
Deb, do I keep that, or you guys keep that?
We need a
Get a
signed
copy of it.
contract, a copy of a signed contract,
Okay.
but if you want to keep something for your records, we can scan it in and email it to you.
Do that.
Okay.
Thanks.
Guys?
We have a bond release from the Highway Department. The principal of that is JDH Contracting, Inc., located at 8109 Network Drive in Plainfield, Indiana. This is a performance bond. The amount of that bond being released is $121,500.
Second.
This was for Hancock Regional Hospital Gateway conduit and fiber relocation along 200 North between 700 West and 600 West.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the bond release for JDH Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $121,500. Bond number would be 192828P, and it's for Hancock Regional Hospital Gateway Park conduit and fiber relocation along 200 North between 700 and 600 West. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. And that is it.
I just had a
Okay.
county farm invoice was in my overall packet. Did we pull that from the big?
Well, I think we're gonna discuss that a little bit tomorrow because this is for the overall project, and I know the council's included on that. and this is their first invoice that they've sent us, and that's what MS Consultants. So for $7,758.53. I think at the budget meeting tomorrow, we'll go ahead and circle back on that, to see where everybody agrees to pay that from. That was our only question. If you're good with that, we can do that.
Good with that. The last question I have is, I know the last time we had a solid waste meeting, Dede had mentioned we don't have recycle capability anymore. Best Way had said, hey, we're not doing recycle things. The sheriff has a lot of recycle need out at his facility. What do you think about just getting bids from local trash vendors on recycle only?
Are you just doing cardboard out there?
Doing only cardboard. I think there's some possibility for do a lot of canned food stuff. So it's mostly cardboard.
Are they accepting cans anymore? Dede, is she?
She's right there.
Oh. Can you find a place for, are they taking anything but cardboard, plastics? They'll take all of it, okay.
Because the only reason we did that away with it is because our current provider quit doing it. So, I mean, it's already in the budget to do, so all we have to do is just start it back up.
But what I'm getting at is that some providers just don't take anything but cardboard anymore. Is that still correct?
Well, it depends on the waste hauler. Each one does things differently. So, yeah, so I mean, there are places that you can recycle everything, but yeah, I think there are some that only do cardboard. But you would have to get bids from individual waste haulers to see what they're willing to accept.
We could do that.
Do we need a motion to actually approve the auditor go ahead and pay that invoice if council approves it and says where to go for it?
For, you mean the 7,000
Yeah.
on MS? I know, I think tomorrow at budget meeting, we could take care of that.
Okay.
Probably best.
Okay.
I make a motion that we, what?
We can adjourn.
I'm not adjourning.
Oh, okay. That's all I had on my list. I'm simple. Go ahead.
That we put out for bids for recycling.
Don't they come from the waste board?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
No, because it impacts all the county buildings. I don't think we've ever negotiated recycling through solid waste. What's normally happened is it's been as part of the package of the the contractual package that we've had. And this year, we signed the contract with Best Way. Shortly after, they said, hey, we're not going to provide recycle again. The problem is it's a 3-year contract. So over the next 2 years, we'll just have to go out and try to get services for recycling only, which will probably be more expensive than if you had it combined in a contract for overall general trash pickup and recycling together. But there's such a need for it, at least where the sheriff is. I don't remember what other buildings we had recycle bins or things set up at. But we ought to at least look into getting that recycle back on track.
You had it at the pistol range, right? Did you have recycling out there too?
Yes, we do. But sometimes it ends up being a trash bin more than recycling.
I bet it does, yeah.
You want, go ahead with your motion now?
Already did.
Oh.
Second.
Okay. Motion on a second to have Dede go ahead and start looking around for trash companies to do recycling.
This is
ours.
would be on us to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the county to do that.
Okay. Then the county actually do it.
So we could have Sarah
to start looking at it.
We'll have Scott put something together for the RFQ, and then we'll put it out.
Yeah. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. That it? Do we have any comment?
Well, let's just recess until.
Okay. Sounds good. Need a motion to recess.
Motion to recess.
Second.
Motion on the floor and second to recess. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good.
And then we'll wait until our solid waste meeting's over.
Do it out there.
Knock it out.
Hey, did you ever figure out your mystery bill?
I will call to order the meeting of the Hancock County Solid Waste Management Board for Tuesday, June the 2nd. First item up on our agenda is to review the minutes from the May 4th, 2026 meeting. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from May 4th, 2026.
Second it.
It's a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Director's report.
Approval of invoices. So for the month of May, we had the contract. We had 2 fuel purchases, the Verizon contract, donuts for my collection event. We emptied the newspaper bin at the Daily Reporter, so we have a bill from Waste Management. Advertising for the spring event through the Daily Reporter. I bought postcards this time rather than printing postcards to distribute for advertising for our spring event. And then I signed up for the Enasmum conference. And then we did purchase insurance for our spring event, and so we started a new line item for that, and I transferred that from dues and subscriptions. And then we did get, under the event fund, we did get the Community Foundation of Hancock County grant for $6,000. We'll talk more about that in a little bit.
But can I get a motion to approve invoices as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the invoices as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, so right behind the budget is my timesheet for the month of May. I was able to use up some of my overtime or extra minutes, extra time that I accumulated in the month of April. I had 19 and a half hours at the beginning of the month, and I got it down to about 7 hours, I think. So I used some of that, so, but that has my whole month's worth of activities on it. And then I did use, I have used up 5 days of vacation for the year so far. All right, before we go on to old business, I want to take a moment to recognize Dan Riley. He is at his last Solid Waste District Board meeting. So he has been on my board since 2017, if I'm right. I think that's what I found in my notes. So I wanted to present him with this little plaque as a thank you for being on my board for so many years, and I just want to take a minute to give that to you.
Does it say former president of trash?
Is there any kind of speech the former president of trash would like to make?
Yes. But I won't. I appreciate this, and I've enjoyed working with you, and I've learned some things, so this was a good experience for me, and I've enjoyed it. I wish you all well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. All right, so on to old business. As I said earlier, we did get the Hancock County Community Foundation's grant for $6,000, and that is going towards our bins for the park. So I do have a question for you. So the total amount that we were wanting to get is $14,858, and we got 6. So I talked to the Parks Department to see if they were interested in like reducing the number of bins, or if they really wanted, because I think we put in there for 10 bins, to find out if they really wanted the 10, or if they wanted to start smaller. They said if it's possible, they would like to go ahead and start with the 10 bins. and they already have it mapped out as to where they would like to put them. Some of them are at Depot Park. Some of them are at some of their other locations. I think Brandywine Park, I think for some of their sporting events. So I told them that I have an event fund that has some money in it, and that money that I have collected from events, it has always been put in the back of my head that if we were able to do, needed some additional funding for a project to promote recycling in our community, I felt like the event fund is the perfect place that money should come from. And so I'm putting it out to you to see if, we can help supplement this grant to help them get closer to the 10 bins that they were hoping to get. So I don't know how much or if you're willing to contribute to that. The total amount that we're lacking is $8,858.31. So I'm going to put that to you guys to discuss to decide what or if you would like to do something.
And you've got that money?
I have the $6,000. Yep, it's already deposited in the bank.
And you said you got about 8,000?
8,858 left for the total of 10 bins.
Did I understand you correctly when you said you had some money saved back that you?
Well, it's the event fund.
Okay.
So we allocated $30,000 to use from that event fund for this year. We don't typically use that event fund very often, so it is kind of growing each year because all of our money that we collect at events goes right into that fund. So I was hoping that we could maybe use some of that money for this.
If you don't get the full 8,000, where do we get the other 4?
Well, the Parks Department might be able to contribute some of that. So if you are interested in splitting it, they might be able to come up with the extra $4,400. But that's not guaranteed.
Would your Parks Department want to participate in this?
I hate to speak on them as they have their own board, but I couldn't see why they wouldn't if they have the funding. I mean, I think it's a great thing to do, the recycling and promoting that. I mean, that's what this whole board's about, is recycling and promoting those kind of things. However, I guess I hadn't known about this before, so.
Right.
Can you approach, because we had Ellen here this morning, but at the same time, could you approach her and say 50-50?
Well, I did talk to them about that.
Okay. Well,
and so they would not even have to go to their park board to get permission to do any expenditures less than $5,000. So they were hoping not to have to spend that money, but she said if worst came to worst, they could split it with us, and that would be a possibility.
Does this board have a?
Does the board have any objection to that?
I have no objection.
I have none.
Sounds good.
So can we get just something to clarify that in the motion?
Make a motion to allow our wastes representative to use her reserve funds in the amount of $4,000 and approach Greenfield Parks in order to match that $4,000 to complete this recycling program that she's got.
Second.
There's a motion.
Could we up that? I mean, it's $4,400.
Okay, $4,400, okay.
Second.
Motion and second on the floor. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. They'll be happy to get that going. Okay, let's see, where are we? The IDEM tire grant, I still have not heard anything about that. I did email them to ask, what the status was on that, and they said, well, we're still haven't sent out the notification, so I'm not sure why that's being so delayed. Sorry. School programs update, I just wanted to give you my final numbers. I did 92 programs this spring for a total of 1,933 kids. I did have 14 programs that were canceled due to not offering my food programs, which would have put us right at the same number of programs that I did last year. So all done with school programs for a while, so that's kind of a relief. Gets kind of hectic. And then the Republic Services partnership update. I have not had a chance to even dive into that lately. I've just been too busy with programs that I'm planning on getting back into that discussion this week, so I'm hoping to have some more update for the next meeting, but I don't have anything right now. The Solid Waste District Board Attorney update. Bill, do you want to talk about that?
Yes, so we've entertained the thought of hiring legal counsel for this board because it's a diverse board. We've kind of leaned into our own county legal counsel for years, but it's probably conflicted in doing that because we've got private entities on here, government, city government, and it would just be much better served by having that. I sent out yesterday to you 3 different proposals from local legal groups for legal services, and I didn't know if you had an opportunity to take a look at those because I'd like to just get a discussion going on favorable recommendation for one of these groups to go back to the commissioners after this meeting so we can get some legal counsel for this board and to just start moving this forward to figure out where Dede, one of the first issues would be where Dede needs to be placed. Is she a county employee? Is she a contract employee? And then go from there. This is not, I think, a legal proposal that anybody's going to get ultra wealthy on, like they're going to stake their claim in the solid waste business and that. Unless
Make more than I have.
But if any of you had looked at that, please let me know right now who you'd like to make a motion to that group to represent us, or if you had any thoughts on that. Let's share those right now and we can get a recommendation.
I was very appreciative of Rhonda Cook and the other gentleman from Brandon Morlock.
Frischkorn.
Frischkorn. I really like those two.
Yeah, I agree with Janine. I think they can provide the most experience with Hancock County because we are different than a lot of the recycle things. We don't have our actual recycle area where we do things. So I've worked with Rhonda for a long time, and I feel comfortable with that. I noticed that their hourly rate was a little bit higher, but with professional services, we can choose who we think is the best, not necessarily, who's going to save us money. Sometimes that's not great.
Right. I mean, you're right. We're looking for the most effective and efficient, but you want the most responsive, the most knowledgeable.
Yes.
And didn't the other two want a guaranteed upfront so much stipend right away and then an additional so much an hour? Isn't that the way the other two were? They wanted so much upfront, I thought.
I didn't waste a lot of time looking at the other ones.
I read it over it real quick and I thought one of them was upfront, $5,000. I'm just using a number.
Yes.
$5,000 if we do nothing.
Yeah.
Rather versus what Rhonda and Frischkorn.
Right. So they come under the.
They were just going to be on an hourly, as needed kind of a situation, is the way I read it.
The umbrella of the Brandon Morlock firm, and Steve Ellsbury comes under the umbrella of Dan Strahl attorneys, and then Miss Butts, she does the solid waste district in Shelby County, as well as the county council attorney for Shelby County.
And which I pointed out, Shelby County has a whole different setup than we do.
They do.
Tremendously large setup, yeah.
So if I get a motion for a favorable recommendation from whatever group the board.
I'd recommend that we hire Rhonda as our representative from Brandon Morlock. That's mine.
I second that.
So there's a motion on the floor to, for a favorable recommendation to the county commissioners to add on for legal services for the Solid Waste Management Board, Michael Frischkorn and Rhonda Cook of Brandon Morlock Associates. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you. All right. Sorry, I can't talk today. I have been notified that we are not able to use Park Chapel Christian Church for our fall event. So I have been looking for other locations. I tried contacting I tried contacting Lanco again to find out if we could still use that facility. We cannot. I contacted a couple of warehouses that have big parking lots, and we're not able to use those. But I did talk to the Greenfield Central Junior High. They will allow us to come back there again. However, with the numbers that we had at our spring event, I'm just worried that we're not going to be big enough for just that parking lot. But then I did notice that there is a youth baseball league parking lot behind the junior high. And so I contacted them to see if we could use their parking lot in addition to the junior high. And he said that would be fine. They have tournaments on Sundays. Ours is on a Saturday. So he said it shouldn't be a problem and it would be fine for us to use their parking lot. So now I'm working on a plan where we can use the junior high and then have some of our event vendors up at the baseball diamonds as well. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. So that's kind of where I'm headed. Just let you know. I don't have it all finalized yet, but I think that's going to work. I was kind of stressing about that. I wasn't sure where we were going to have our event, but I think it's resolved. The 2027 budget, so those were due on Monday. So unfortunately, we did not get a chance to vote on my budget, but in the packet, second to the last page is the budget that I submitted. And I did talk to Commissioner Spalding to go over these numbers just to make sure that he felt that they were appropriate. So most of them stayed the same. We did up or add a line item for legal counsel of $5,000. The contract went up by a 3% increase. Insurance, I did $1,500 insurance policy for my spring collection event. Thought maybe we would do $1,500 for the fall event. So we added a line item for insurance for $3,000. And then our hazardous waste disposal, those numbers are going to go way up. So down at the bottom, I have the summary of our this spring 2026 event versus the totals that we paid for last spring event. Granted, we did have like twice the number of people that participated in our event this year, so our numbers went up substantially. And then depending on how our fall event turns out, I was kind of anticipating that those numbers would be higher as well. So I'm estimating that for 2027, we're going to need an additional $20,000 for hazardous waste. So that's what I submitted. Do we need to vote on that now, or?
I think, again, it's a favorable recommendation.
Yeah.
Before I would ask, do any of the board members see anything they'd like to comment on in the budget or have any further asks?
I just know I asked for Bill to actually up the educational materials simply because, or the educational, is that on here?
It stayed the same.
It
Same
stayed
thing?
the same, but it was,
Okay.
where we upped it was in the meeting travel and
Oh,
lodging. Because
that
was
was
the rooms costing more money than they have before to get.
Yeah, because we've done some rooms here lately, and they're not cheap anymore.
Right.
Right.
No, sorry, yeah, I guess I did miss those two bottom ones, the meeting, travel, and lodging, and then vehicle maintenance. Since we added a vehicle in the middle of the year, we didn't really get it added into the budget, so we're adding a line item for just regular routine maintenance.
I would make a motion that we send this to the council for a favorable recommendation.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we forward Dede's budget proposal for the solid waste district for 2027 to the county council budget committee with a favorable recommendation. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. I did add 2 new collection events, and I passed those postcards down. I don't know if everybody had a chance to grab some. We're going to have one June 13th in New Pal, and that's for shredding and electronics. The town of New Pal will be paying for the shredding, so all we have to do is pay for the electronics.
And then we're doing the exact same thing on June 20th up in Fortville, where the town of Fortville will pay for shredding there. I'm not sure, I've never done a back-to-back event like that, so I'm not sure. They're in different corners of the county, so I don't think it's gonna impact our attendance, but it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
I think it's great that you picked two cities that you did, simply because I think people tend to think that most of your stuff's done right here,
Right.
and this just shows them that it is not. So we spread it around.
Right, absolutely.
Well, if they get the turnout too that you got here, tell them to stand by and be prepared because it was a very well attended, double the participation of your last event. So
Right.
they'll get a lot of traffic.
Yep, we'll see. The 4-H fair is June 19th through 27th, so I'll be helping. I do I help with the recycling judging. I'm the recycling superintendent for that, as well as I help them out for that event as well, just because it's a lot of work. The New Pal Summerfest is June 27th. We're going to have a MS4 booth at that event. So we'll be promoting recycling and water pollution issues as well. The July board meeting, I am looking at going to the LTAP Stormwater Conference, which is up in Lafayette. And unfortunately, that falls on the same day. So I was asking if we could either just skip that board meeting, or if we could meet later in the month at the second commissioners meeting on July 21st, or if you want to meet without me and I can just give the minutes or the notes.
Everybody else can make it.
On
We
the
already put
21st, we've already got our
Yeah.
drainage board meeting set up that day as well, so we could have it, at 10 o'clock on the 21st. I don't think there's anything blocking.
Okay.
Dede, what day is that?
Be a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
But you'll have to renotice it, won't you?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
And then will we turn around 2 weeks later and meet again for our
See,
August?
that's the thing. Do you want to turn around that quickly and do it, or I would almost say with the amount of information, not that this is always standard, but we go dark in the summertime because people are on vacation and doing
Right.
things.
It would be
Does it make
fine if you want to
sense
sit
just
out a
go
month.
ahead and cancel that meeting?
First time you've canceled one since that.
In honor,
Enjoy it.
cancel this one in honor of Mr. Riley.
Yeah,
Mr. Riley Day?
And,
yeah.
and then just go ahead and hold the next one on July 7th, our next
You mean August?
available, excuse me.
August 4th.
August
the 4th.
21st.
August the 4th on our next
Doing August 4th?
meeting day, right? August 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
So everybody's good with August 4th, skipping the July meeting, going to August 4th.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. I do have a couple other things I need to add to the agenda. I did write a letter to the editor for the Greenfield Daily Reporter. I'm hoping that it's going to go in Wednesday's newspaper publication. And this was in regards to, I know the city of Greenfield is looking at doing trash and recycling, and I was just wanting to let the community know, the benefits of going with this type of system will allow all residents to be able to have recycling service at their house for no additional fee. I think it'll all be included in the trash bill, which probably will even be less than what they're paying right now, I'm assuming. I don't know the numbers, but it could be less or maybe equivalent to what they're paying right now, but they will all be available or eligible to have recycling at their house. And I'm hoping that if they go to that type of system, that more people would actually recycle because it would be available to them and it would be more convenient than, having to pay extra. So I just wanted to just put that out there just for the community to realize, the impact that recycling could have on our environment. And so I put all those in my letter. I didn't get into all the dirty business of what's going on social media, but I just kept it focused on recycling and, the benefits of that. So I don't know if it'll make a difference, but I'm hoping anyway.
Well, I want to add a note to that. You know, I wasn't aware there's something going on in the city about that, but anyway. I think this is great that you're looking into this, Dede, because I mean, as I'm expecting my first grandchild here in the next couple of days, and you know, what are we building for the future of America, the future of our community, and things like this? I think this is very important. A lot of people are misguided or educated, thinking that recycling is not a big thing. It's just, you know, throw it in the ocean, worry about it later. You know, somebody else will deal with it. You know, so I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and I mean, we'll see where everything works out. I mean, we all work for the citizens that we serve and that elect us as officials to make those choices, but this information I feel is very valid, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that.
You're welcome.
On my behalf, anyway. I can't speak for any of the rest of them. I walk in and they all say, oh, let's go the other way, right?
You've got trash drama, we've got data center drama.
Yeah. It's kind of the same, yeah. But there's just so much information about all of the above, you know.
And then to piggyback on that, I did go out and had a table out at the Republic Services transfer station right out in front of the recycling bins on Friday, just for a couple hours, just to share some benefits of recycling. I shared with them the postcards for our upcoming events. I even gave out the A to Z guide. So just trying to promote recycling and to get people excited about it. And then I'm just going to bring up, just prior to our board meeting, the county commissioners spoke about recycling for the government offices, and they are going to solicit bids to try to reinstate recycling in our government offices. So I was happy to hear that you guys are moving forward with that as well. And then last of all that I have, so IDEM is offering their community recycling grant program, and this kind of crept up on me when, you know, I was the busiest and I didn't have time to look into this. But their deadline for their grant is June 18th. They will accept a grant up to $100,000 with a 25% match. And those funds, if awarded, they would be available probably next spring, like April of 27. So I was wanting to know if it would be all right if I applied for a grant to purchase a hazardous waste storage trailer that we can hopefully use at Republic Services if they are able to set up a hazardous waste drop-off site there. I was hoping that this grant would be able to and would apply to purchasing of that building, and then that way, you know, that would get us one step closer to getting this whole process set up. Obviously, you know, I don't have all the negotiations worked out with Republic Services, but so I don't have to apply for this grant if that is not even going to be an option with them. But if it is, I would like permission to go ahead and apply for this grant. You know, even if we get the grant and we haven't finalized all the details, you know, I can just, you know, not accept the funds. I think it's like a reimbursement thing anyway, so as long as I don't spend any money, they're not going to be giving me any money. But I wanted to get your permission to go ahead and apply for a grant. And I haven't even gotten bids on what storage trailers cost.
How big of a storage trailer?
They're all different sizes. You know, they have like really, you know, tiny ones that are like a shed size up to, you know, real large, like probably like semi-trailer size.
Hazardous waste, what does it include?
So what it would be a storage facility to put hazardous waste. So like if we decided to do a hazardous waste drop-off site at Republic Services, they would be able to store any chemicals that they collect. And then that way we could hire or we could bring in the hazardous waste vendor to pick up items when their containers are full. Rather than like at our events, we just have them collect whatever is brought in. You know, some of the containers are, you know, barely empty. You know, some of them are completely full. But this would save us money because we wouldn't have to send those containers in when they're, you know, just partially full. We could send them when they're completely full. And save a lot of money as far as our hazardous waste disposal costs would be. The specialized trailers have a fire suppression system in there. So if the temperature does exceed a certain temperature, it will, set off sprinklers, or I don't know what it does in there. But it has some sort of a fire suppression thing set up in there, and it's monitored so that temperatures don't get too high or too cold or whatever.
Do we have to have extra insurance for that?
I would think so.
That's one of the liabilities, is it on the
Yeah.
public or
And
us, or?
I would say work your thing out with, my opinion, work your deal out with Republic. Get that all and you can apply this for next year and give us time to even put it into the budget even, so.
Well, there again, we have the event fund that could be used to supplement anything that the grant didn't purchase.
Because you said you have 30,000 in the event fund,
Well,
right?
that's
Available?
allocated.
Allocated.
So I have, I don't even know if it might be on the budget. Let me see if I have the total on there. I have 153,000 in that account. That's been accumulating for the past 12 years.
And the only thing right now that you're taking out of it is the 4,400 that you're going to split with the city on the recycle bins.
Right.
So this is a specialized trailer.
Yes.
Now, does Republic have hazardous waste? I mean, somebody comes in there with hazardous waste, do they take it through their trash services?
They do not. No. But
Would they even know if somebody come in with the hazardous waste?
I would assume they would know, yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure people can always put things in their trash bag and they're not
Yes.
going to know. But if they brought in a visible container, they're going to know that, yeah, that's hazardous. We can't accept that. But the thing that is really kind of cool is we used to work with, used to be called US Ecology, which is a hazardous waste vendor, and they were our vendor for several years at our collection events. They ended up getting bought out by Republic Services. So they have a hazardous waste vendor, I guess you could say, owned by their own company. So it's their own people that would be doing it. So it wouldn't be another party that would be added into the mix. It would just be them.
And the trailer would be set public's property,
Correct.
and they're good with that?
Well, like I said, I haven't worked out all the details yet. I mean, that was part of the early talks that we had, that, that would be something that we could do if they would allow it. But like I said, I haven't gotten to that point yet.
So that's why you're saying you would go ahead and apply for the grant. Then if Republic says, no, we can't handle this,
Yes.
then you could just waive the
Just walk away.
grant, walk away.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any problem with looking at it like that. And at the same time, when we get our legal counsel, talk to them about what we're on the hook for and or if, because there would have to be a memorandum of understanding with the deal with Republic, I would think, on that, since it's kind of a county, city, Republic issue.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that would be where the legal counsel would help us tremendously in working out all those logistics.
yeah.
So we can can we get a motion, a favorable motion then for Dede to go ahead and apply for the grant? And then figure out what needs to be figured out.
Do you want to put a cap, a max on that, or
Max of,
like how much you want me to apply for? Because 25% does have to be matched.
do you have that? Do you have the ability? You said you have the ability to match that? I
Yeah,
would
because the
go
grants
ahead-
only go up to 100,000.
I would go ahead and match it. I mean, I have no idea what even a normal trailer, is going to be pretty expensive, but one that deals with hazmat is going to be probably 4 or 5 times.
The county owns a trailer.
I didn't bring it.
Semi-trailer.
But it's got to have fire
But it's got
suppression.
to have
Yeah.
fire suppression.
Yeah, and I did get bids back in '21. I thought I brought those with me, but I did not. But I'm sure the prices have gone up
Do you
tremendously.
know what the ballpark was on it? Do you
There were some that were, the lowest I found, and I'm not even sure how big it was 30,000. There was one that was 50,000. Just depends on how big you go. But I think these were for the smaller
Which
size.
size, a smaller or a medium, that direction, which size are you thinking of?
I actually have no idea.
You'll probably have to do all your research all over again.
I will, yes. And I'll have to talk to, Republic to find out, what they feel like a size that they could use would be, because I don't have any.
There's a lot of hypotheticals here.
There are.
So-
There are a lot. Sorry.
In the period of time that you may have to jump through these, I'm not sure if it's practical to do that. I mean, do you really think that you can get that grant written in that amount of time to qualify and get all these other things by then?
I do, because, like I said, I'm not doing school programs right now, so my calendar has drastically reduced. So I do have time to dig into it. I don't know how quickly they could, figure out on their end, like what size container, or if they could even put a container. That would be the hang up, is if they're not even able to, to do it, or, they have limitations. That might be my hang up. But as far as researching it and applying, that shouldn't be a problem.
One of my biggest concerns probably, and the attorney will be able to help us with that, would be any liability that we would have.
Right.
Even though it has fire suppression, that doesn't always work, if you always have to plan for the worst.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Yep, I agree.
And get old Brian Brees also.
Well, I think we need to figure this out first.
Mm-hmm.
So I would entertain.
Start with Republic to see if they even will accept a trailer. And then at that point, we will have to look at the liability side.
But she can go ahead and apply for the grant.
Yeah, apply for the grant, but then figure everything else out.
Yes.
And then maybe by the August meeting, you'll be able.
Hope so.
So can I get that in the motion?
But I need to know what the max is, too.
And then Dede needs to know what the max is we should spend
Or apply for.
or apply.
Oh, you want in the motion, what we will,
if
what
it
we
took-
will
What will be
match?
our match, because it's a 50%.
It's 25%.
25%, so we're looking at $25,000 if she goes for
100.
the 100.
Out of the event fund.
Yeah.
Well, I would make the motion that we move forward with the grant application process with a maximum match of $25,000.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion on the floor to approve Dede to go ahead and apply for the grant, and then that the board would provide up to $25,000 or 25% of the $100,000 request. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Who seconded that?
Dan?
Dan, okay.
His last official act.
Yeah, there we
before he
go.
leaves.
Last official act.
I wanted to make the motion that's
Oh,
next.
That's,
Oh, okay. We'll let you-
Adjournment?
is there any other?
That's all I have. Sorry I took so long.
No problem.
Any other board discussion? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We adjourn this meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned. We will meet back on 4th of August.
Not gonna be here.
And Okay. All right, I'll call our meeting back to order here. I would like to get a motion on the floor to allow the Solid Waste Board to inquire or engage with Brand Moorlock for the attorney for the Solid Waste Board.
I make a motion that we send forward a favorable motion to accept Brandon Moorlock for our solid waste district that we have received from the Solid Waste Board today.
Second.
There's a motion and a second on the floor to engage Brandon Moorlock, two of their attorneys, to actually serve as our representative, our counsel for the Solid Waste Board. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. So we're just down to public input. Is there anybody from the public would like to comment? Come right up.
He's saved up a lot.
Yeah.
I've had 2 months to,
Sit there and think on everything.
well, you guys have already started on this thing. I was disposed, I couldn't come up here right off the bat. But what I'm up here for, my name is George Langston, is the data centers. Now, I thought back last year that we kind of made it clear that we don't want data centers in Hancock County. Well, let me tell you why we don't want them. The cooling system depends on what they're using. Are they using just forced air, or are they having a cooling loop within their system? And if they have a cooling loop, they're going to have to use some kind of chemical. It's called resistivity. It's got to be so at a certain point where the electricity, the amount that they're saying they're going to be using, cannot use the water as a path for the electricity to flow to another system or electrocute somebody. Now, that's a big, long name of the chemical we used in the Air Force for that. Mm-hmm. The E4 had a system like this. And it's, like I said, I can't even pronounce it. Hydrochloro, fluoro, blah, blah, blah. That's, and it's highly toxic. So you'd have to use environmental regulations for stuff like that. We don't have that as far as I know. 2 is the backup power. They're going to use 2 systems that I know of. Lithium-ion batteries, which we know from the public, and since they've been coming out, is a great fire hazard. They had a battery backup system in California that they couldn't put out. They let it burn out. And all that heavy metal stuff in those batteries came out and polluted whatever water they used to put on it. So there, we would have to have a system for that to contain it. Then there's the noise. Now, the E4 had a 1200 kVA system. It's enough power to power this city. 2 generators on 4 engines produce that much power. And then they also have 2 90 kVA generators on the auxiliary power unit that they can kick in with below 10,000 feet. That hum that the data center gives out is so loud that you don't really hear it, but you feel it right here. you can actually feel the hum. Now, that comes from data centers from Virginia and in Pennsylvania. They have this hum that will vibrate the windows. It vibrates your body. And we used the hum in our system. When we were on the iNets, we didn't really need to worry about it too much. But when we were deployed and we were using generators, ground generators, diesel generators, or aircraft engine generators, that hum in that system that we kept, we would listen to it, because if it wavered, started wavering, that was our cue to go start the engines, because it was the back end was getting ready to fail, and we could not let the back end of the airplane drop offline. So that's how we did things. The temperature inside those buildings has to be regulated somewhere between 65 degrees and 79 degrees. Anything over 79 degrees, those servers are going to cook themselves. And they are equipped with fans that when the temperature gets so to a certain point, they raise to a higher level to keep the server cooled. When you start getting up to 79 degrees or over 79 degrees, these things sound like a jet engine inside that building. There's so many of them. And so they need to keep that building as cool as possible. 65 degrees is the ideal temperature. And so, the other thing is the electrical power they need for that system is going to raise our utility rates unless we have some kind of system allowed to make sure they pay for the extra electricity and not the general public. We should not be paying for their electrical energy use, and we should not be buying the infrastructure to get them that. That all should be on them. And those are the reasons why I'm up here saying we don't need data centers in Hancock County. And I know that the people at Greenfield Central last year almost had that place filled. In my opinion, somewhere between 90 and 95% filled. And they didn't want it. And we don't want it. Now we got a system, a new board that I attended their first meeting and all that. But it was clear that you guys are looking for ordinances and things like that to allow these things in. The other power system that they can use is what they call a small modular reactor. Now, we don't know how great a system that is or not. To hear them tell it it's the greatest thing on earth. But I think you know that anything new like that has to be taken with a grain of salt, because we don't know what it's going to do. We don't know how, whether the radioactive material is going to be stored on site, or is it going to be shipped somewhere when they're done using it. So that creates a problem. Federal government already has regulations for that. I sent you information on that a couple of months ago. But we don't have anything that controls what's going to happen with that radioactive material once it's used. And we got We need that before they get something like that in here. Small modular reactor, in my opinion, is a good idea as long as they can prove to the community that it's very, very safe to use. I'm not against nuclear power, but I want to make sure it's absolutely safe. And I'll leave my comments here written with Sarah after I get done. But by the way, I want to say thank you. I'm back. I'm a pain in the butt and all that. But my wife would like some time for herself. This is one of the ways to get it. So
I just can't believe she would think that, George.
We all know what that means. So thanks a lot, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm getting better. Not there yet, but I'm getting better.
Take it one day at a time.
Okay. Anyone else want to speak? I have one thing left.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Vote, motion is second on the floor to adjourn. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.